Well, guys, there's no denying it at this point. The PlayStation 5 is now officially Sony's fastest selling console of all time. Let's talk about it. If you didn't hear already, the PlayStation 5 has outsold the PlayStation 4 for the fastest selling console ever for PlayStation. This system now has sold over 10 million units worldwide, which is really insane when you factor in these two things. Number one, we're in a global pandemic, and number two, there are scalpers everywhere that literally seem to get the first dibs on all the consoles out there, and yet Sony still managed to sell 10 million in the midst of those two factors. Now, granted, things hopefully will get better as we go further, but we're already hearing reports of another stage of this COVID situation. So hopefully that doesn't actually happen, that doesn't affect anything, but more on that later, I guess, as the story for that progresses, right? Another few honorable mentions as well for this situation is for games like Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, as you guys know, Spider-Man Miles Morales is not really necessarily a direct sequel. It's more so of like a prequel slash, you know, kind of like an expectation of what you're going to get with Spider-Man 2. As you guys know, we're just going to be two Spider-Man this time around, and Miles Morales now has his official game. That game sold 6.5 million units worldwide, which is incredible to say the least. And granted, mind you, that's not even a big, you know, massive entry into the series. This is more so of a teaser, and here they go selling that many copies, which is insane by itself. So I can only imagine what Spider-Man 2 is going to do when we finally get the true next-gen push with these consoles. I cannot wait to see Spider-Man 2. I really cannot. Another thing to take note of as well is Returnal. As you guys already know, Returnal was a big topic, especially for me. I figured how much, you know, I always questioned how much that was going to sell, and we actually have official sales figures for that. Returnal sold 500,000 units. Now, keep in mind, and to be fair, Returnal is a very niche game. It has a very niche audience. It's not necessarily a game that a bunch of casuals are going to pick up and play. It's a game that's a little tough, to say the least, for those who are not used to the old school joy of play. As you guys already know, we played it live on the channel. We beat it, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who also bought this game and didn't even so much as beat it, and they have turned it down. And that just goes to, you know, the game itself. Again, Returnal's not really a hard game to guys like me, but like I said before, it's a game that literally has its own, you know, things that it's a game that has a lot of other things it has to worry about aside from the difficulty spike. Aside from that, we had information for Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank sold 1.1 million units as well, which is also pretty damn good to say the least. So I'm happy that that game also did great. So there you guys go. Those are the sales figures. Aside from the sales figures, we do got a little bit of a story here that's actually worth mentioning. As you guys already know, and I want to address this now since I'm on camera, and I definitely want to touch upon this because I figured we would come back to this in some capacity. As you guys already know, Shawn Layden left PlayStation. He is no longer a part of PlayStation Studios. He's no longer part of it. He's now on his own. I'm guessing he's retired at this point, but you guys already know he's always on social media. He's always willing to talk to gamers, the whole 9 yards. He came out with an interesting statement regarding Game Pass. Now, a lot of people have either took his comments and literally took them in the wrong type of light, or a lot of people took them and didn't necessarily get what he meant. I'm going to go ahead and explain what he means by, you know, what he's saying in these comments. Sound good? Shawn Layden's comments are pretty straightforward, and this is what I took from his comments, basically. As you guys already know, the gaming industry as a whole has been going through a bit of phases. One of the biggest phases, of course, is this whole subscription service. Now, Shawn Layden's point of view going with this statement, it kind of adds more to that, and here's what he had to say. Let's put it on the screen. It's very hard to launch a $120 million game on a subscription service charging $10 a month. You pencil it out, you're going to have 500 million subscribers before you start to recoup your investment. That's why right now you need to take a loss-leading position to try to grow that base. But still, if you have only 250 million consoles out there, you're not going to get to 500 million subscribers. So how do you circle that square? Nobody has figured that out yet. Now, let me go ahead and add to this. Now, I get what he's saying. Again, he's talking about the bigger, broader spectrum of this particular situation. And let's say gaming did go to the subscription route, right? As you clearly can see, he's got a point. In terms of making up that particular profit for those games, it wouldn't necessarily reach 120 million, dollars. But here's the small little caveat that a lot of people are not necessarily timing in. I'm surprised Shawn didn't mention this, but then again, he's looking at it, as is, right? As of right now, and I understand that. Now let me go back to what I've said prior, back in either 2019 or 2018. You guys remember when Game Pass was first started, we talked about the potential of bigger AAA games being added to the service, right? The more AAA bangers added to this particular service, more than likely you're going to see a price increase. This is something that is substantial with any subscription service. You see it with Netflix, you see it with Hulu, you see it more than likely you're going to see it with Disney, with the amount of quality they're pushing with their TV shows, right? All these subscription services eventually go up in price. Now the question is, how much would it be? As you guys already know, again, we're at $10 with Game Pass, so not much to really take away from Game Pass, so to speak. But as we get, further down the road, I wouldn't be surprised if Game Pass was $30, $40, $50 a month. Hell, even $60 a month. I would not be surprised, especially if they keep dropping great games on the service. And keep in mind, we're hearing reports of we're hearing reports of Ubisoft thinking about putting their games on it, right? Obviously, EA is another one. We're hearing a lot of reports. A lot of developers are definitely willing to get there. And mind you, it's all about the subscription numbers that, these developers are looking at when it comes to Game Pass. If Game Pass gets to about, let's say, 25, or actually not even 25, the maximum I would say Game Pass would have to reach in terms of active, subscribers on the actual service would probably be around 50 million. 50 million is a number that no game developer would turn down, right? And that's kind of what Microsoft really wants. Granted, I'm pretty sure they're past 25 million, if not on the brink of 25 million subscribers for the service, and which is great. That's halfway there, right? It's halfway there, and that's only $10 a month. But when you eventually get to that 50 million, subscriber count, that's really where everybody else is going to look at it and go, well, damn, 50 million, people can experience my game. Why not go for the service? And that's kind of what Microsoft wants. That's the big strategy that they want to do. But keep in mind, like I said before, I see that price going up in some capacity. And it's not a doom and gloom situation. I mean, it's natural. You see this with every single service. It eventually goes up. The question is, how much? And to the people that might be going, oh, it's not going to go up this much or whatnot, I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't even go that far as to say it won't. I mean, look at PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is $100 just for a year, mind you. I'm pretty sure Microsoft will be willing and definitely able to go and change that plan in some capacity when they really get those numbers up and get the most out of these studios to get the get the most out of you, the consumer, to put the more into the studios. I definitely see it. And granted, again, this is a company that is $1 trillion company. I am aware of that. But like I said before, and even Shawn Layden saying, it's all about the return on an investment, right? If you want to see a big return on investment, this is what you have to do to make stuff like that happen. So I do see that happening in some capacity. So that's just my quick little thoughts on the situation. Shawn Layden, I see a lot of people going at him weird or responding to him weird. He's not talking about it being, because a lot of people said, oh, is Shawn talking about he needs that to be, successful or profitable? No, he's talking about it as if, you wanted to make up the price of us just buying a game flat out like we do now and having a direct, you see what I'm saying? Like having a legit cash flow in that particular way versus a subscription service. He's looking at it from that point of view. And it would take a lot of subscribers, especially at $10 a month to make up $120 million, which he is definitely not lying there. So there you guys go. Hopefully I nailed it on the head with this one. If not, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. And of course, subscribe if you are new. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. And I have a big announcement to make very, very soon. I mean, I already made it on the the community post, but we have another sponsor for this channel. But I'm waiting before I reveal it. So keep your eyes open for that video. I'm not going to tell you when because I'm very excited about it. So we'll see about that very, very soon. But until then, thank you guys so much for all the support. Hope you guys enjoy your day, and you guys will be good. It's your boy Big Cloud, aka Ryan. I'm signing out. Y'all have a good one.